Arizona Attorney General Chris Mays recently issued subpoenas to two sitting Republican lawmakers in the U.S. House of Representatives. They happen to be Andy Biggs and Paul Gosar, two Republican representatives from the state of Arizona, and the subpoenas are in fact related to the Attorney General's investigation into the 2020 attempt to steal the election in the state of Arizona, specifically the fake elector plot. Now, in the days, weeks, and months following the results of the 2020 election, both Biggs and Gosar, who of course, again, now been subpoenaed for this investigation, they were both very active with the Stop the Steal movement. In fact, at one point, Ali Alexander, the guy who put on the Stop the Steal rally at the Ellipse in D.C., he had teased out on social media saying, him, Gosar, Biggs, and a couple other people were planning something big. That, of course, ended up being the rally, but Biggs and Gosar were right there helping with this, helping to spread the lies, and, of course, then voting against giving the Electoral College votes to President Biden. So the question now becomes, what exactly is the Arizona Attorney General hoping to get from these two men? That we don't know. According to the reports, though, it suggests that the Attorney General is not currently looking to charge either of these guys with their involvement in the fake elector scheme. So, is this just an information gathering? Do you want them to come and testify? Maybe to roll on some of the people in the state of Arizona as you continue this investigation? We don't know. Maybe they will face criminal charges. Maybe their involvement in the Arizona fake elector scheme is much deeper than we thought. And that, to me, seems like the most likely scenario. After all, we are now about 3.5 years removed from that scheme. I know it seems like it was just yesterday because we have to talk about it all the time, but that was 3.5 years ago, folks. So at this point, this Attorney General has been conducting this investigation for months and months and months. Okay, this is not something that just popped up the other day and the Attorney General said, all right, well, let's start this. We'll start by subpoenaing these people. No. So what that tells us is that through the course of this investigation, information has come up that indicates a need to speak to Gosar and Biggs. And that is what should worry those two Republican lawmakers. Now, they can do what Lindsey Graham attempted to do in Georgia, which is trying to hide behind the speech or debate clause saying, hey, yeah, I know we were saying there was lots of fraud in Arizona. Oh, it was terrible. But hey, we were just asking questions because we had to vote on this later on. So we just wanted to get to the truth as part of the speech or debate clause. Well, ask Lindsey Graham how well that worked out for him in Georgia, because the answer is it didn't. The courts in Georgia determined that the speech or debate clause does not protect a sitting lawmaker because this was outside of their duties. But there is a slight difference with that. Lindsey Graham does not represent Georgia. So him meddling in Georgia, you can see why, okay, well, this isn't your state. You're not involved here. You don't get to claim that. With Gosar and Biggs, they are from Arizona. So they may be protected under that speech or debate clause. This is a new development, so we don't know if these men are going to hide behind it. I'm willing to bet everything that yes, they will. And we'll have to see what the courts in Arizona determine on whether or not they have to comply with the subpoenas. If they don't have to comply, I'm assuming at that point, their involvement in this investigation will probably be over. But if they are forced to comply, that could open them up to potential criminal charges later down the road, which would mean for the first time in 3.5 years, the lawmakers involved in these schemes might finally be facing accountability.